What do you think is a good way to redeem your company for an unhappy customer? We went over this for sure, and I want you to go back. I'm not saying I won't answer, but go back and look at how we address it because there's a couple scenarios, right? They kind of let the customer be one, and then they let the rider be on one side and let the host be the other. I think the best way to redeem is here's the thing. The action already happened. So let's dig into this because customer service is going to be part none, right? Whoever the rider is, they said X happened. The car was dirty. You told me the wrong location, yada, yada, yada. Gave you one review. Bad you. You look terrible. Now, I'm hoping this isn't a pattern. It's just a one-off. So you had good reviews up until this point. It's a stain. Out the gate, start apologizing. My apologies for that. And we went and go back in because I almost gave like a script to y'all, right, on how to say it, what to say. Yes, the person went through that, but that's their reality. It sucks. Trust me, I've gone through a lot of it myself, but that's their reality. What you want to do and put in chat 5 why analysis. The number 5, WHY analysis. 5 why analysis is a root cause analysis. I want y'all to Google it, but go to Investopedia and look it up. 5 why analysis is a root cause analysis that will get you to the root cause of why that even happened in the first place. It takes fault off the table and it's like, okay, why did that happen? So if the car was dirty when they picked it up, that's okay. What they said is what they said. I'm sorry you went through that. That's not my company policy nor our culture to have you. I want you to have the best experience possible. Imagine as you're saying these things, somebody's going to read this stuff. So they're reading your answer to the unhappy client. You're redeeming yourself right there because you're handling it with class. Not to say this person is, again, how they feel is how they feel. You can't control how someone feels. You can only control how you react to it. As a business owner, best thing to do. I've made some responses back to people who I should have probably listened a little bit longer and gotten with somebody with a good counsel and answered better. It would have helped me out. And I've been doing this for a minute. You never want to clap back on somebody. Please don't do that. That's not the good thing to do. So you start redeeming by answering, asking questions. But what you're going to find out with that 5 why, you want to ask them, okay, when you picked up the vehicle, walk me through it. When did you find this happen? What was this? What was that? Because I want to make sure that you get a good ride from me next time, maybe offer a discount or something. I want to make sure that we continue to hold up a high standard. I think this is the first time I've had this issue, so I want to get to the core of it, make sure we rectify and remedy this so that we can continue to grow and give good customer service to our clients. So talk to me, tell me what happened. And what they're going to do is tell you exactly what happened. Now, you can take it as fact and then ask, why did that happen? When you get the first why, you have an answer. Ask, why did that answer? Then you get another answer. Ask, why did that answer? You're cutting out the fluff and you get into the core of what happened. Because it may be a situation where the guy that you had clean the cars was lazy that day. And you used to them cars being clean. He probably had to run early. Something happened. If you don't do the 5 why to get to the root cause, you'll never figure it out. Again, it may not be anybody's fault, but the fact it just happened that way. Okay? It happened and you have to figure it out. That's how I would say you should remedy any and every situation. Any and every situation. So I hope I answered your question there. Before I go any further, anybody got any questions? I'll take one more question before we go to the end. Anybody got anything? Because I want to make sure I'm answering your questions in the context. Reading them is one thing, but you can say it verbally. One, it helps in the replay. Because you got to remember, there's a lot of folks that may not be here who in the replay can hear the question, how I answered it, the context of which I answered it in. And it'll help all the earners out. Because this will be here through perpetuity. So these classes are not going to go anywhere. So anybody got a question, raise your hand for sure, let me know. If not, we can keep pushing.
If you have a question, you can raise your hand in reactions. Okay, so we're coming to you again.
So I got something else to say, Coach. And also, guys, however y'all want to do your cars, just make sure it's clean at all times because you want to be rated with a 5 at all times from your customers because, word of mouth spreads quickly. So just make sure you maintain your cars, keep it up to date, keep it clean. And like I spoke to Coach in the beginning, you want your cars where you have a high turnover rate with customers. So like the airports, I live in Brooklyn, so some people have their cars kind of sort of in front of their house or around the corner. And you kind of don't want that because then people know where you live. So you want it somewhere like by hotels, the airport mainly, get a lot and all that stuff because you want it where it's far away, but you can still manage. But the main thing, make sure your car, your insurance, whatever you have is intact so that, people don't try to bamboozle you. Even the clients, they'll try to get over. So just make sure all those are intact. That's all I got to say.
I was still on mute. My bad. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. So I was great on explanations, man. And this is why it's important so imagine, okay, real world example. So Saul was given, her example of someone that's in the industry. That's context. The amount of money you save by getting with someone who's already in the industry. You'll get the good, the bad, the ugly, but you'll get their perspective. Take it with a grain of salt. And I've said this throughout the whole class, and I'll probably teach this until I'm long gone. Make sure when you're learning from somebody in the industry, especially for the people who are here for the first time, right? Shout out to EYL for allowing me to have this opportunity to teach y'all. Let my 17 years in business give you context on how to move in business. And some of y'all just starting out. So shout out to y'all. In your industry, find somebody who's doing it and don't feel intimidated or like, oh, they've been doing this and they got, a bunch of Lambos and Rolls. They don't want to talk to me. You'd be surprised. People who've been doing it for a while don't mind giving game. Because they're like, look, when I was your age or when I first started out in business, I wish I'd known this. And if they don't want to give it, it's fine. You ain't got to force them. But you'll find more people who want to give game and ask the questions based on, okay, listen, you've been doing this for this long. So what would you want to know just starting out? What would you want to tell somebody who's in my space? This is what I got going on, whatever. There's a certain car, this works. Maybe it's something you'd use, whatever. I'm not trying to be your competition, but, and then talk to them. Best way to talk to somebody like that, free game. Go see if they need an administrative assistant. Go see if they need somebody to help them keep their cars clean, or a coffee runner, or anything like that. Hey, I'm trying to learn the game, but I want to get on the ground level. I just want to see it from behind the scenes. You come across as very humble. And I'm going to tell you, from Toro to real estate, healthcare, you get on ground level and you show you got some humility, people ain't tripping. They'll give you way more game and they'll help you way faster than anything else.